Hello everyone, I'm Keith Hutchings from the Comfortable Home Project, and I'm here talking with Griff Morris from Solar Dwellings. I really enjoy his passion, and I think you will too. So what does a person need to look for when buying a block to build a passive solar house on?
You start off basically with the principles of a rectangle, 2 rooms deep, somewhere between 8 and maybe 14 metres wide in most instances. So if you had a block of land that the rear of the block was facing north, then you could have a block that was 10 metres wide and still make it work, even though it goes against those principles. The ideal situation would be to have a block where you had at least 6 metres of courtyard space to the north, so you can't be built out by another building. By maybe 35 metres would be a good block with the north side on that long side. It's important to understand, people say, oh look, I've heard I've got to get a north facing block. Well, every block of land on the planet faces north. So where is north? If it's facing the street, then what happens is that you may have the garage, then you've got the front door, there's another, say, 1.5 metres, so you've lost maybe about 8.5 metres, just of brickwork, front door and the garage. If the block is 10 metres wide, there's no room for anything else after that. So therefore, facing the street, you'd have to have a wide block. But you can do it. You might put the parking at the rear of the building, so therefore there's ways around it. But you have to inform yourself. Like most things nowadays, we have so much information, we need to source the appropriate, accurate information so that we can make informed choices.
And the 2 rooms deep is so that you have the ability to use the breeze to flush out heat?
Several different things. The first thing is you want the sun. You're right about the breeze. You want it to go cross ventilation. You then want the penetration of the sun deep into the home. And you want it in the living areas. So those living areas should be facing north. And generally the bedrooms on the south side. So you get the first cooling breezes through the bedrooms, not the breeze that's heated up as it goes through the house and more difficult to get in. You want that first cooling breeze through the bedroom because the breeze will strip the heat out of the room. You also want to make sure you can put the rooms so that the breeze just doesn't go through the home but has multiple entry points and multiple exit points. And also when you design it, you need to make sure the air goes across the body and the bed. It may go through the room, but it won't cool our bodies.
Right. So you don't want it just running across the foot of the bed from a window to a door.
No.
And you're sitting in a little heat pool.
So your location of the window and which part opens and what type of window is important. And if you have trouble with the breeze, you then change the type of window. You want the air to come in, go past the mass of the building, which is offset temperature gains, infiltrated heat gets into the house in summer, and particularly in your vertical mass. And that's where the mass of the building comes in. That's not somewhere we're going on Sunday. This is the heavyweight material in the building. And in summer, that's critical because infiltrated heat will get in. That rises up and it gets embedded into the walls, but only into the superficial part of the walls if you've designed the building correctly and you have enough vertical mass. And then at night, use that cooling breeze to come past that vertical mass to strip that heat out of the mass. It's a bit like blowing on a hot potato.
Yep.
So it's hot, our breath or the air from our mouth is hot, but we still cool it because that radiates off the potato, we blow it away, so it cools quicker.
Because then you're pulling that heat out of the house.
Yeah, because you've got cooler air coming through, so therefore you'll cool the building quicker. Because with that air, you need to get it past that mass if possible. So in other words, you might use the mass to offset the temperature, and most of that mass you're offsetting the temperature is on the north side. So therefore, it's critical to have openings on the north side wider than the south side. Like blowing a trumpet. Blowing it backwards is a bit tough, so it's tough for a building to try and get air in a big space and open through a little space. And people, if they just change that one thing, they'll get better airflow. The shape of the building also, in other words, the shape of the roof and the way you shape the building can speed the air up and force more air through the building, so you get more airflow. Be sure to come back and watch the rest of this series of my interview with Griff Morris. You're going to really enjoy it and not want to miss out.